Loved my best friend in silence for 2 years while he only called me bro. Pass me the remote, bro, Liam said, slumped on my couch like he paid half the rent. His long legs were stretched out, his socked feet resting on the coffee table. I tossed the remote at him, harder than necessary, watching as it hit him squarely in the chest. Jesus, Ava, he yelped, laughing as he fumbled with it. You trying to kill me? Maybe, I muttered under my breath, leaning back against the opposite armrest. Cranky today, he teased, flashing that lopsided grin that turned my insides into jelly. Not cranky, I lied. Just tired of hearing you call me bro. I'm not one of your gym buddies. He raised an eyebrow, his grin widening. What else am I supposed to call you? Buddy? Dude? Pal? How about my actual name? I snapped, crossing my arms. Liam held his hands up in mock surrender. All right. Calm down, Ava. Better? It wasn't better. Not even close. Because no matter what he called me, it wouldn't change the fact that I'd been in love with him for 2 agonizing years while he saw me as nothing more than his best friend. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. I was never supposed to fall for Liam. When we met at a mutual friend's party, he'd been charming and funny in that effortless way that made people gravitate toward him. We clicked instantly, same sense of humor, same love of terrible action movies, same appetite for late-night tacos. But somewhere along the line, friendship stopped being enough for me. I started noticing the way his smile lit up a room. The way his voice dipped low when he was serious. The way he ran a hand through his messy, dark hair when he was nervous. And worst of all, the way he looked at every other woman like they were magic, while I was just... Bro, we need to talk about something serious, Liam said one night, standing in my kitchen with a beer in hand. I froze mid-chop, the knife in my hand hovering over a pile of onions. Serious? What's going on? He hesitated, scratching the back of his neck, a telltale sign he was nervous. I think I'm cursed, he said finally. I blinked. Cursed? Yeah. Every girl I date ends up ghosting me after the 3rd date. It's like a pattern. I snorted, shaking my head. Maybe it's because you talk about your gym routine too much. Or because you insist on wearing those awful socks with sandals. Hey, he protested, grinning. My sock and sandal combo is iconic. Sure it is, I said, rolling my eyes. But seriously, he pressed, leaning against the counter. What do you think it is? Do I come on too strong? Or not strong enough? I wanted to scream. How could he not see the obvious answer? The reason every date fizzled out was because none of them were me. You're fine, Liam, I said, forcing a casual tone. You just haven't met the right person yet. Maybe. He shrugged, then gave me a crooked smile. Too bad you're not into guys like me, huh? My heart stopped. For a split second, I considered telling him the truth. That I was exactly into guys like him. But instead, I laughed. Yeah, too bad, I said lightly, though my chest felt like it was caving in. One night, everything came to a head. We were at his place, halfway through a die-hard marathon. Liam sat next to me, his arm draped casually over the back of the couch, so close, yet so impossibly far. You know what's weird, he said suddenly, breaking the comfortable silence. Your face. I quipped, trying to ignore the flutter in my stomach. Funny, he said, smirking. No, I was just thinking. I've known you for what? 3 years now. 3 years and 2 months, I said automatically. He gave me a pointed look. Wow. Someone's keeping track. I flushed, cursing myself for being so obvious. Shut up and finish your point. My point is, you're probably the only girl I've ever been completely myself around. You know everything about me, good, bad, and ugly, and you still put up with me. I swallowed hard, my pulse quickening. Well, somebody has to. You're a handful. He laughed, but it faded quickly. Seriously, Ava. You're amazing. And I don't tell you that enough. I froze, my heart pounding. Thanks, I said softly, my voice barely above a whisper. For a moment, he just looked at me, his expression unreadable. Then he shook his head, like he was shaking off a thought. Anyway, he said, grabbing the remote. Back to Bruce Willis. And just like that, the moment was gone. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay in bed, replaying Liam's words over and over. Was it possible? Could he feel something for me, too? Or was I just reading too much into it? I decided I couldn't live like this anymore. It was killing me, pretending I was okay with being his bro. If he didn't feel the same, I'd have to deal with it. But I needed to know. The next day, I showed up at his door, heart in my throat. Ava? What's up? He asked, his brow furrowed in concern. I need to tell you something, I blurted, stepping inside. And I need you to let me finish before you say anything. Okay, he said, closing the door behind me. I took a deep breath, my hands trembling. I've been in love with you for 2 years, Liam. And it's been torture, watching you date other people while you call me bro. I can't keep pretending it doesn't hurt. His eyes widened, his mouth opening slightly, but he didn't speak. So there it is, I continued, my voice cracking. If you don't feel the same, I get it. But I had to tell you. Because I can't keep doing this. The silence was unbearable. Then, to my shock, he laughed, a soft, almost disbelieving sound. Ava, he said, stepping closer. You've been in love with me for 2 years? Yes, I said, my cheeks burning. He shook his head, a smile spreading across his face. You're an idiot. What? I snapped, bristling. Because I've been in love with you for just as long, he said, his voice low and serious. But I was too scared to say anything. I didn't want to lose you. My breath caught. You're joking. I'm not, he said, cupping my face in his hands. You're my best friend, Ava. But you're so much more than that. And if you'll let me, I want to prove it. Before I could respond, his lips were on mine, soft and insistent, and everything I'd ever wanted. For the first time in 2 years, he didn't call me bro.